Hi, I am back to harvest this awesome Austrian pine that I came out here previously, and I brought my new chainsaw, 8-inch mini chainsaw. Here we go. Nice small portable hand chainsaw, 8-inch. Comes with a couple batteries. But the reason I bought this one, it's got a handle. And it goes right in there. There's all my bags that I brought. I brought my really tall, wonderful son with me. And I'm going to start by cutting the tips off. That way we don't poke ourselves when we're hauling it out of here. Just like that. Timber! Wow. Twist it.
There we are.
Show us what you got. Nice. Yeah, this is some great fatwood. Too bad I forgot the chainsaw oil. All right, my turn.
Sure.
Hey, we decided to come out here to Tractor Supply and get some chain oil. I come all the way out here and forgot mine. Walking through the store, don't be grossed out, but it's not dog poop. That's one big tree booger right there. That's all pine pitch. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, that's actually smells really good. Yeah, my guy, Sticky Steve, the tree booger king, he finds them giant tree boogers on the ground all the time. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh no, dog poop. No, that's a whole big chunk of pine pitch all wasted on the bottom of my shoe. Let's go back to the woods and get some more fatwood. Okay, so we have some oil in the chainsaw. This chainsaw comes with an 8-inch and a 6-inch, no 4-inch. Comes with this extra handle that twists right on there. And rather than dripping the oil onto your chain, this has a reservoir. And one more thing I should point out, it doesn't have a safety spring-loaded button. It has a safety right there, but it doesn't have a button to hold while you're cutting, so it doesn't release. So let's cut this big piece right down here. I love this handle. I did my research. Also, it doesn't have a big motor in the way. Yeah, this is a funny angle. I'm cutting all the way into the knot. I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I get a little bit more fatwood that way. Not much. Go ahead and get up nice and close, Alan. There she goes. Nice piece of fatwood. Bring it up here, Alan, and show that piece right there that we cut earlier. That so far has been the best piece. Well, that chainsaw is holding up pretty good. We got us a little bag full of Austrian pine fatwood. We're going to be going down here into the bowl, down by the water. There's a nice tree we're going to go after, and I get a lot of comments about fatwood stumps. Yes, I do find fatwood in stumps. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. I'm going to cut into this thing just a little bit to see if the resin comes up high enough to show you. It's not a big fatwood stump. You can see it's got some shredded knots all around it. But that's definitely resinous because I kicked at it. It's pretty solid. Got these damn caterpillars raining down on us all day. That's a pretty good fatwood stump. It's actually seems more of a root than a stump. I'm laughing my ass off as I'm cutting this. It's red cedar, Shlisa. Durr. Oh man, it smells so good too. Shout out to Linda Campbell. There's just some red cedar. Man, that stuff smells good. Yeah. Okay, so we're at tree number 1. We happen to get to tree number 2 first. I've shown this in my video. We will be harvesting pine knots from this. And as you've seen, I have my lovely son with me. This one's covered a bit more with brush. We got an arrow there. Oh, lovely prickers. You, my friend, need to go somewhere else. That's right. That way. Woo, that's long too. All right. Now we're talking. Poor Alan over there, he's like, you sure we need more? Coming! I'm on my way! I had to stop and take a breather. Alan's my pack mule. Thought I'd give you guys a little peek at the walk back here. Yeah, I was resting my arms on a tree branch. Which is the best path?
Yeah, it's one of the regular, I can't remember how to do it. You know, staying safe and comfortable and all that.
Something tells me this way. Yeah, last time we went into the sunlight, it led us away.
Yeah.
Should have listened to you. Yeah, I see the path. Oh yeah, we went through here. At least I thought. Was it that tree? The sunlight changes throughout the day. Be real careful through here, Alan. It's found the path. Really bad thorns.
Gotcha.
Through the thorns. And we made it to base camp. Yep. Yeah, you don't lift your feet quite as high when you're tired. I'm gonna grab my water and go sit on that tree by the field.
All right.
Here it is. This is my haul. This pile right here is from the tree on the top of the hill, the Austrian pine tree that was gray. Tree number 2 that we started with. And let's get these gloves out of the way. Here's tree number 1. I'll be honest, I'm not certain this is Austrian pine. That's all that's really back in that spot. But this right here is some of the richest stuff that I've ever found in an Austrian pine spot. And it comes up really high. I mean, that resin goes all the way up the branch, and it's so juicy. It's got a really high terpene smell to it, very turpentine. Definitely an old tree. But these are some incredible pine knots. Now this tree skeleton's skinny enough that the knot clusters that are left on the tree where I cut, I'll be able to cut the tree trunk and keep that knot cluster and turn it on my lathe, if you know what I mean. There's a lot in there. A lot. And it's juicy all the way up. It's got such beautiful color. I just love it. And because this tree was basically a skeleton, what's left of I've got the whole knot. I mean, normally I just cut the branch off on the outside of the tree, but I was able to go way down. So juicy. I'm gonna process up a piece from each tree and show you what it looks like all cut up. God dang, that's juicy. Wow. I'll be selling these whole. They're rather messy. They've got moss and tree lichen. Maybe I'll run a wire brush over them. Incredible. That's one heck of a haul. Thumbs up for Fatwood. Let me tell you how the chainsaw held up. By the way, it comes with two 21-volt batteries, and the handle just pops right in place. Right there like that. She held up well. She got pretty sticky after a minute. Didn't need too much oil. Yeah, she held up well. I don't like this safety switch. Chainsaw blade came loose, the chain, and it doesn't have a simple tightener like my pole saw does. My chainsaw on a pole is also an 8-inch like this, but it doesn't have the nice little tightener. You got to use the tools for that. The first battery, I did the tree number 2, the first tree. I know, confusing. Didn't run out of battery juice. And then we did the other tree with that battery. Never ran out of battery. The only thing was I got to keep my tool with me so I can tighten up my chain, because that came pretty darn loose. We gave her some work and we gave her hell today, and she held up. Here's a nice close-up of it for any of you curious. Like I said, it doesn't have that spring-loaded kill switch on it. I don't like that. It's got a safety, but I'd rather let go and, you know, it just not work. But there's the hole for the handle. Very handy. And it's nice that you can take it off so when you can get into those tight places. Like I said, I have a bar for this that's a 6-inch, and it comes with a 6-inch blade. It's got the protector. And like I said, I've seen other people's mini chainsaws, and they've got a big motor on it. It's hard to get into those tight spots. This one's doing me well. I did my research on this chainsaw. So here's some close-ups. I'm not sponsoring nobody. I'm not mentioning no brand names. Like I said, it came with 2 batteries and a handle, and of course the tools for that. I should have brought them with me. But she held up. Oh yeah, it's surprisingly light carrying this out there. You know, when I first picked this up to carry it, I'm like, is there everything in there? One downer about this is it's too bad it's not a 20 volt with the same attachment for the battery charge as my other batteries. It's got a cheap BS, I call it, DC connector. But they pop in there quite nicely, and I'm glad I did my research. Good investment. Fits right in there. Sawdust and all. Sawdust and all. Not only did I step in a big tree booger, but I sat on one too. Okay, I've selected my pieces to process. This is tree number 2. Now, we had planned on going to tree number 1 first, but after looking on the satellite map, I found a quicker way in. We happened to stumble across tree number 2 first. So that's where the confusion's at. So tree number 2, for certain Austrian pine, rust-colored Austrian pine, turns when you turn it on the lathe, it looks like caramel when it's done. And so I'm going to, this one looks rather dry on the outer edge, but super juicy in the middle. So I'm going to be processing these. I like to look at them before I process them. And then the mystery tree, I want to say is Austrian pine, but my gosh, it's so juicy. So this one I chose because I want to cut way up high and find out where the wood dries out and where the wood is resinous. So I'm going to cut up pretty high, and I'm going to cut my way down just to see where it dries out, or if it stays resinous all the way up to the little knots. There's my wire brush to get all this crap off. This piece, I don't usually have any luck when I have a knot that's real small at the bottom and then gets real round in the middle. But we're going to find out just how resinous this piece is. I have my little Gerber camp axe. I like to use this stone the most when it comes to this one. It's dirty and nasty, and I've used oil on it, and as you can see, it's not level. I've got the tools to level it out. I've just been lazy. I've got a nice whetstone in the house that I soak in water. But most of the time I just grab this one and run my hatchet over it, you know. I know Cowboy Kelly, you've wanted to see me sharpen my tools before. That's pretty much how I sharpen this one. My other nice whetstones for my knives. And I only use water. This one's got oil. Honing oil, which is a very light mineral oil. You can't switch it from oil stone to whetstone. Once you got oil on it, it's oil stone. And dirty. Alright, she's all sharpened up. We're going to keep everything in the same order. So when I'm done processing, each piece will be in the same spot. Let's do this. Great news! Oh, stupid shadow. Get out of my way. Ooh, my fingers are curly. So, 3 branches. Now, I wasn't sure about this pine tree. I am certain now that it is an Austrian pine. Okay, how am I going to do this? I'm going to come around this way so my shadow's out of the way. Now, I took the wire brush to this piece and I cut up high by the knots. It's almost always resinous around the knots. And then this piece here, solid all the way. And that is Austrian pine. I have found a lot of Austrian pine like this, so I'm certain now that it is Austrian pine. And it went all the way from the base of the knot to the tip of the branch. Here's the bulbous branch. This is without wire brush. Plenty juicy. Look at that. That is Austrian pine. This is incredible. I mean, look at that. I'm stoked. I am very stoked. Very stoked. That's some good fatwood right there. And then the third branch. A little bit dry, as you can see right there. And then resinous around. Yeah, I'm stoked. This is a great find. Great find. And then our rust-colored Austrian pine. I should have left this branch as it was when I cut it. It basically looked like this one. Let's see here. Let's get this together. All right. It was way better than this one because it didn't have all this rot, but it's got a great solid on each side rust-colored Austrian pine. That sun is getting too far of an angle down to where it's making a yellow. It's almost dusk. That's a great find right there. I'm so stoked. I'm gonna take pictures and yay. Okay, I have you in the direct sunlight now. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this? So I have Austrian pine that has a dark brown amber to it. And then I have Austrian pine that has a rust-colored look to it. Yeah, I'm stoked. Some beautiful fatwood. I mean, it's so juicy. Very beautiful fatwood. Very nice. Yeah, I've had Austrian pine fatwood like this before. I still have some in the house. I have a whole tree of this. A couple of them actually. Yep. Yep. See that groove right there? Usually that's where the fatwood dries out. But with this Austrian pine, I should have used a tripod. With this Austrian pine, the groove just gives it really cool designs. Pardon the kids in the pool screaming and all. I love the sound of kids playing though. And I'd love the sound of that roofing project if it was my roof. What a beautiful piece of fatwood. Tree number 1, tree number 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. Fatwood. Now it's time to fire it up. The piece on top here is tree number 2. Piece on the bottom is tree number 1. That is just beautiful. Okay, I hope you don't mind being between my legs. I'm too lazy to get out the tripod. Tree number 2 and tree number 1. I can do this. Yes, I can. little closer. There she goes. Do the other one real quick. Woohoo! The wind was blowing the other way, I swear. I swear it was. Yeah, buddy. Pretty good fatwood, wouldn't you say? Thanks for watching my video all the way through, everybody. I appreciate you. If it's Friday, happy Friday. If not, keep it burning.